3. I am at my fleet spire. My fleet spire, just so that you know, is, let's see, here we go, spire and status. So my fleet spire is completely maxed out. We've unlocked everything there is to unlock, and we have, as you'll notice, quite a few provisions. Okay, if your fleet spire is not maxed out, but you have provisions and permission to use them, then you can, and it's pretty active right here, you can pop onto the NOP public service channel and ask for an invite to a tier 3 spire and tell them what it is that you're looking for. Okay, and because when you get invited to another fleet's spire, if they are maxed out, it still draws from your fleet's provisions, not theirs. So they're not losing anything by giving you an invite, except maybe a couple minutes of their time. Okay, pretty easy to do. You may have to be patient. You may not get an invite right away. But, so that is how, so I didn't have to get an invite. I went to my fleet spire because we are maxed out. Now I came over, beaming points across the way. So I came over here to our requisition space equipment, Ferengi, and I'm going to talk to him. Now, I want to get a couple things. First thing I'm going to check out, and you'll see it's already highlighted, is the Elite Fleet Warp Cores. The Elite Fleet Warp Cores are, you have a lot of choices you see here. But really, if you're fed and you're not a Romulan, really, if you're going to max out your DPS and buy one of these cores, you only have one real choice, and I'll show you what you're looking for. You're looking for a core that has three things. One is going to be plasma integrated, which all of these are. Two, it's going to have this mod here that you see here, AMP. And three, it's going to have, where you see here these letters, these refer to subsystems. So this one refers to engines to aux. That's not what I want. I want one that has AMP and weapons to aux. So W to A. And you'll see right here, plasma integrated. This is going to give me a little extra power transfer rate. AMP. And at the very end here, W to A, weapons to aux. It's kind of blocked by the cost. And you'll see the cost is 14,000 fleet marks, or fleet credits, sorry, which I have, and 12,750 dilithium, which I also have. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this. Now, why am I doing this? Because the AMP, and I'll show you now, I have this in my inventory. The AMP, okay, does an interesting thing. What the AMP does is give us plus 3.3% all damage per subsystem with 75 or more power, okay, in the power tool. So if we equip this on our ship, the USS Teacher's Corner, okay, I'm going to equip this. It's okay that it's Mark 12. You don't get any extra bonus to the AMP for upgrading it. Okay. I did get weapons to aux, and I got weapons to aux because when you do finally upgrade this to Epic, if you stick with it, it's going to get weapons to shields. So, and that bonus does not stack with itself. So, you want to boost your aux so that you can have a little bit more baseline aux for your later skills, and we'll show you what that is about later on. Alright, so now the other thing I'm going to get, I've equipped that on the core, we'll come back to that later. Equip that on the ship, sorry. The other thing I'm going to get, I have quite a few fleet credits here. I have 161,000. That's not going to be enough to get all the ones that I need, but it will be enough to get a few and start me on my way. The few that I'm talking about are the critical hit consoles. Okay, these are important for raising your critical chance, your base crit chance, which is important, especially since we have weapons that are crit D times 3. We want to raise the ability for those to hit so that they hit harder. So I can get 3 of these right now. So I'm going to get 3 of these. Now these, I'm not going to worry too much about leveling them up. They're good as they are. They do get better as you level up, but that can wait for an upgrade weekend. It's not going to be the end of the world if you don't level them up right now. Okay, so that can wait for an upgrade weekend. And I'm going to put them on my ship. So now I'm going to get some extra. I'm actually going to beam up to space before I do that. So now I'm going to get some extra crit chance, and I'll show you. We want to traffic control, and I'm actually going to go ahead and just beam to ship, because that's going to show you, that's going to have my stacks available, or my stats available. Alright, so now we're here. We can see our power levels. Okay, we got weapons to aux because weapons is our fullest power level, and aux is our second. We want to boost that up, and I'll explain why. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this on, and you'll see, oh, we do have it on, and you'll see now it's giving us a current bonus of 6.6. Now when our plasmonic leech kicks in when we're in battle, it's going to raise up the shields and the engine power as well and give us extra bonuses. But even without that, we're still getting a 6.6% all damage bonus, okay, just for having this core on. So that's going to help us to do better damage. Now, let's look at our stats here for a second. So you notice we have, right now, we're sitting at 5% crit chance. Okay? That is our base crit chance right now. Some of that is from our skill tree. Some of that is from, is from our base. Now, we bought 3 of these consoles, so as I switch them out, watch what happens. Now we have 6.6. And now we have 8.2. And now we have 9.8. So you can see this makes quite a big difference. I've just about doubled my critical chance by simply putting 3 consoles on. That's huge. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to traits. Our reputation here, I'm going to take a look at our reputation for a sec. You'll see with New Romulus we've gotten tier 2. This is important, and I'll show you why. In our traits, in our space reputation, okay, I now have 4 things I can choose from. Okay, these are from our Romulan traits. Okay, so I have enhanced shield systems. I'm not worried about that. This is the one I'm worried about. Precision. This gives me a very simple baseline 4% crit chance. Now, I'm not able to equip it while I'm here, but I am going to equip that as soon as I can. So that gives me 4% crit chance, which is going to give me, when I go back to my status or my stats here, that's going to push me up to 13.8% crit chance. That's absolutely huge. That's what I want. Okay, I want to get that up as high as I can, as much as I can. All right, and then we're going to build our crit severity in other ways. Okay. All right. We already have a pretty good crit severity from each of these weapons because they all have crit D3 on them. But if we can get our base up, that means it'll hit even harder. So this crit D times 3 is on top of our base. Okay. So this has been tweaking your end game Starship with Teacher Kirby. So this was tweaking your end game Starship number 3. Okay. I'll be putting that in so then we'll have a little extra crit chance and have more chance to hit as hard as we can at everything we can see. I will see you next time, and just for Steve, and remember folks, this is a joke, you've been schooled by the teacher. All right.